In the quiet suburb of Willow Creek, where maple trees lined the streets and families gathered for weekend barbecues, lived a man named Daniel Thompson. At 38 years old, Daniel was a devoted single father to his 6-year-old daughter, Lily. Life hadn't been kind to him lately. 3 years ago, his wife, Sarah, had passed away in a tragic car accident, leaving him to navigate the choppy waters of grief while raising their energetic little girl. Daniel worked as a mechanic at a local garage, his hands perpetually stained with grease, his days filled with oil changes and engine repairs. It wasn't glamorous, but it paid the bills, barely. The mortgage on their modest 2-bedroom house loomed like a shadow, and extras like dance classes for Lily or even a simple night out were luxuries he couldn't afford. Daniel's friends, a tight-knit group from his high school days, worried about him. He poured all his energy into Lily, reading her bedtime stories about brave princesses and tucking her in with kisses on her forehead, but he rarely smiled anymore. His brown eyes, once sparkling with mischief, now carried a weariness that aged him beyond his years. With short-cropped dark hair flecked with early grays and a sturdy build from years of manual labor, Daniel was handsome in a rugged way, but he shied away from dating. "I'm fine," he'd say with a forced grin whenever they pressed him. "Lily's all I need." But his best friend, Mike, a boisterous real estate agent with a heart of gold, had other ideas. Mike and the gang decided Daniel needed a push back into the world. They set up a blind date, tricking him into thinking it was just a casual group dinner at a cozy Italian restaurant downtown. "Come on, man, it's pasta night." "You love pasta," Mike had insisted over the phone, omitting the part about the setup. Daniel reluctantly agreed, arranging for Lily's babysitter, his elderly neighbor, Mrs. Patel. And dressed in his best button-down shirt, a faded blue one that Sarah had bought him years ago. Meanwhile, across town in a sleek high-rise office overlooking the city skyline, sat Vicky Langston. At 35, Vicky was the CEO of Langston Innovations, a powerhouse tech firm specializing in accessibility software for people with disabilities. Paralyzed from the waist down after a skiing accident in her 20s, Vicky navigated the world from her state-of-the-art wheelchair, her sharp mind and unyielding ambition propelling her to the top. With long, wavy auburn hair that cascaded over her shoulders, piercing green eyes that could command a boardroom, and a wardrobe of tailored blouses and elegant scarves, Vicky exuded confidence. But beneath the polished exterior lay a loneliness that mirrored Daniel's. Relationships had been fleeting, men often saw her wheelchair first, her achievements second. Tired of the superficial dating scene, Vicky had confided in her assistant, who happened to be Mike's wife, about wanting something real. Thus, the blind date was born, though Vicky knew about it, Daniel did not. The evening arrived with a crisp autumn breeze rustling the leaves outside Bella Italia. Daniel walked in, scanning the dimly lit room with its checkered tablecloths and flickering candlelight. Mike waved him over to a corner table, but as Daniel approached, his friend clapped him on the back. "Surprise! It's a date, buddy. Meet Vicky. She's amazing." Daniel's face flushed with a mix of anger and embarrassment. "You tricked me," he muttered, but before he could bolt, Vicky extended her hand from her wheelchair, her smile warm and genuine. "Hi, Daniel. I hear you're a wizard with cars." "I'm Vicky." He shook her hand, feeling the firmness of her grip, and sat down awkwardly. The initial moments were tense. Daniel fidgeted with his napkin, his mind racing. He wasn't prepared for this. Not for dating, and certainly not for the unexpected sight of Vicky's wheelchair. But as they talked, something shifted. Vicky shared stories of her company's latest app, which helped users with mobility issues navigate cities independently. Daniel opened up about Lily's love for drawing unicorns and how he'd fixed up an old bicycle for her birthday. Laughter came unexpectedly when Vicky joked about her wheelchair's top speed outpacing slow walkers in the office. By dessert, the trickery was forgotten, there was a spark, subtle but real. Yet, challenges loomed like storm clouds. Daniel's life was a whirlwind of single-parent duties. The next day, as he picked up Lily from school, she chattered about her day, her pigtails bouncing. "Daddy, can we get ice cream?" she asked, her big blue eyes, Sarah's eyes, pleading. Daniel's heart ached. Money was tight after a recent repair bill on his truck. Dating Vicky meant carving out time, something he barely had. And then there was the guilt. Sarah's memory lingered in every corner of their home, from the framed photos to the quilt she'd sewn. Vicky faced her own hurdles. Running a multi-million-dollar company demanded long hours, board meetings, and travel. Her paralysis brought physical challenges too. Simple things like getting in and out of cars required planning. But more than that, she feared rejection. Past dates had ended awkwardly, with excuses about not being ready for this. Would Daniel be different? She confided in her best friend over coffee, her voice trembling. "He's genuine, but what if he sees me as broken?" Their second date, a picnic in the park orchestrated by Vicky, tested these fears. Daniel pushed her wheelchair along the gravel path, the wheels crunching softly. Lily tagged along, her small hand in his, curious about this new friend. Vicky had brought a basket of gourmet sandwiches and games, winning Lily over with a magic trick involving a disappearing coin. As the sun set, Daniel admitted his hesitation. "I wasn't looking for this, Vicky. Lily comes first, and it's been hard since Sarah." Vicky nodded, her eyes misty. "I get it. I've built walls too. But maybe we can help each other tear them down." The plot thickened when Daniel's garage faced closure. The owner, an old-timer, was retiring, and a big chain wanted to buy the lot for a strip mall. Daniel rallied his co-workers, but funds were scarce. Sleepless nights followed, worrying about providing for Lily. In a vulnerable moment, he shared this with Vicky during a late-night call. "I feel like I'm failing her," he confessed, his voice cracking. Unbeknownst to him, Vicky was no ordinary woman. As CEO, she had resources at her fingertips. But she didn't want to reveal her status yet, fearing it would change how he saw her. Instead, she anonymously arranged for an investor to back the garage's employees in a buyout, framing it as a community grant. Daniel was ecstatic when the news came, hugging Lily tightly. "Things are turning around, kiddo. But secrets have a way of unraveling." On their third date, at a charity gala Vicky happened to have tickets for, Daniel overheard whispers. "That's Victoria Langston, the CEO." His jaw dropped as he pieced it together, her poise, the subtle luxury in her life. Confronting her later, hurt flashed in his eyes. "You tricked me too? Why hide who you are?" Vicky's heart sank. Tears welled as she explained, "I wanted you to see me, not my title or my chair. I've been burned before." Daniel paced, emotions swirling, betrayal mixed with admiration. But seeing her vulnerability, he softened. "I see you, Vicky. The real you, the one who makes Lily laugh and listens to my ramblings." Resolution came in waves. Daniel accepted the help, recognizing it as kindness, not pity. Vicky opened up about her accident, sharing how it fueled her drive to innovate. Together, they faced a crisis when Lily fell ill with a high fever, rushing to the hospital. Vicky stayed by their side, her wheelchair a constant presence, coordinating with doctors via her network. Lily recovered, and in that ordeal, bonds strengthened. Months passed, filled with small joys, family outings, Vicky teaching Lily about tech, Daniel fixing Vicky's customized wheelchair with his mechanic skills. Challenges persisted, balancing careers, navigating Vicky's mobility needs, healing from past losses, but they tackled them as a team. Daniel proposed one evening under the stars, Lily holding the ring box. "We're better together," he said. In the end, their story was one of unexpected love, proving that tricks of fate can lead to profound truths. Vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the bridge to connection. No matter life's deceptions or hardships, opening your heart can reveal hidden strengths and allies. If this tale of deception turning into destiny moved you, smash that like button to share the inspiration, and subscribe for more emotional stories that celebrate love, resilience, and second chances. Your support keeps the positivity flowing. Join our community today.